a procedure of planning after desperate attempt to keep up the masquerade that Istra is alive. I think for the most part they worked, I believe. Some information was gathered, a new face was met, new friendly face. Breakfast was had, notably. Breakfast was delicious, as always.
What about second
Most
breakfasts?
I mean, I certainly hope so. We have all of those back in Fiddlestead. There's, of course, second breakfast. Come on. But, all the same, it was mostly a session of discussion, of planning, and of, quite honestly, mild panic, as we tried to figure out what to do, until we eventually decided to go and visit the vampires underneath the city and try to come to an agreement, come to an accord. And we did. Thomas Vigil will be taking the throne once more, and we shall have our place freely for now within the palace, just for a little while. But
you guys are up in the royal chambers, really. I mean,
yes.
it's noon. You guys went in the morning to go see Ilarion, leader of the Scarlet Wolves, and she was basically, you guys said, hey, we want Thomas Vigil on the throne. I
did.
Arno was having thoughts, though, maybe we should kill her. Exodus tried to convince her to maybe drop slavery, but it seems like an issue Ilarion might not be completely open to. But things could change, and who knows what's going to happen with that. The coronation for the king has to happen sometime, right, Arno?
Indeed it does. Hopefully we'll be out of here by then.
Exodus and Evie were outside in Whitehaven, the castle of Stormbrook, trying to find what was going on with maybe the plague and so forth. You guys met with a priest who basically said, hey, this started about a few weeks ago, and you guys thought about it. It happened right around the time that you came, Evie. Right? Evie, do you have any questions?
Are
you good to go?
I'm good to go.
Good. Cool. Looking great. Where do you guys want to start? Do we want to Exodus stepped away. Barnaby, Arno, and Adeline are upstairs in Whitehaven, in the royal chambers, right? Adeline, Arno is either watching the orb of Emos or basically the bottle of Emos. And Adeline was inside of the bottle of Emos. And that's where we left the last game, where basically Emos wanted to be released from the service of the bottle. And he can only be released by basically the master's wish. As the genie, whoever holds the bottle has much power over the genie. Emos gestures to the pen and paper that are on the desk. What is your wish?
You said that you had much power. Could you make another?
Another what?
Into a lich. The endless, deathless power.
Emos is shirtless. Blue flame licks his skin. He floats as light as a feather. In his hand is a blue flame katana. His hair wild as blue flame. His pupils are like obsidian, surrounded by white. Strange, though, Adeline, no heat emanates from him as he approaches you, and as you converse with him inside of the bottle or the sphere of Emos. The power of Lichtstein is well guarded secret by those who dare to have it. It was given by Idris to stir corruption among the mortals and gods. A powerful Lich of Zin walked amongst us long ago, sowing seeds of doubt and discordance between the gods and mortals. Your friend carries a piece of him around with him, does he not?
He does. Do you know the secrets?
Let's go, boy.
I'm just gonna mute
you
Arno,
make-
he's just a little loud on his end right now.
Could you make it true? Can you make him grant him this power?
Of course. It is the power of all genies to serve the master. You are now the one who holds the bottle yet again.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
Not that I'm any good at this, but... Oh, look, that's a 0.
He appears to be telling the truth. He's obviously concerned, like, that Rizu will come and find him. And so he's trying to escape the bottle. The bottle is something that's just sits there on the desk, or somewhere. It was sitting here. But any moment, you know that Summercand was sacked, and that Rizu could come here and just become more powerful.
Yeah. What would the costs be? I know you, Emos. Nothing is free.
The cost is my freedom.
And that is it. I set you free. You grant my friend this power.
Power of Lichtstein is very, very powerful. The secret to it is well guarded. And the gods do not favor those who dabble in immortality.
But you can do it. You know the secrets. You can make him this.
Those who become liches can often go mad, though. And as long as they live, their spirit is lost. They become something else entirely. Forgetful and haunted. And hunted by those bound of the will of Otun.
Madness is doable at times. Can I come back to you on my answer?
Of course.
The last time I rushed into a deal with you, it wasn't the best. I just want to make sure I know what I'm getting into.
Don't wait too long. The Genie King is always searching for me. You care about me, or you have an ounce of care about me.
Don't worry. You'll have your answer soon. I come out of the sphere. And I pick up the sphere that Arno was holding, and I tie it back around my waist. It's like, and I look at Arno and I say, I'm making a decision. I'm just holding on to it for now.
Of course. I won't fault you for that.
I have some thoughts. Arno, do you have a moment by yourself? Just the two of us. I just want to talk with you for a few moments.
For you? Alright.
I'll go ahead and step out.
I
You
appreciate
can
it.
stay here, Barnaby. It's fine. Arno and I will just slip into the chamber real quick.
All right, that's fine.
Of
And
course.
we'll go into the furthest back chamber, the furthest from the main study area,
Let's go back to Exodin and Evie as you kind of take Arno to a side room to talk about things. Barnaby respects your privacy. He goes out to the main library, the study where you guys plundered the artifacts of E and Parnish. You guys are down. Exodin. Oh, can you change your name, Ray? By the way, buddy. Exodin and Evie are basically like in. There's a shrine, down here, and there was some acolyte of Adon that was here, and he basically told you that the disease started to come around a couple weeks ago, right around the time you met Evie.
So I will take the friar for his time and walk out. Does
Yes.
Evie follow or does she stay behind?
I'm gonna follow. Do I know anything about, have I seen diseases like this in where I'm from, or is this totally
This
new?
is really weird, and this is I would say this is new and strange to you, but it's really peculiar that the coincidence of you and the time, the place, and everything has come together, right? The diseases, but we don't know if this is just, you don't know if the diseases are regional or how far they spread or what's happening.
This is not good. I don't know anything about this. Exodin, who are your best people here in this land that know of these things?
I'm not going to be able to do my voice today.
That's fine, man. Just do whatever you can. You don't even need to because your voice is so deep right now.
So I'll say, it's quite coincidental that as you've come here from the portal, it appears that's linked to the disease as it is now. Do you have any idea what could be linking the two?
This is not something I've ever heard of. I would have to do more research. Maybe there's something in the library.
We could check the library and do our own research. However, we could also ask those at the temple, as they may know as well.
Yes, the wise people of this. We had people back in my world that specialized in these type of problems. Mages and such.
Where would you like to start?
I was hoping you might have a better idea. I see we ask at the castle and see what everyone else thinks. Maybe one of these others know of interplane travel and what the consequences might be.
Perhaps Arno might have some wisdom, as foolish as he normally is.
He would be definitely a good person to start with.
All right. Then we'll go to the library looking for our party.
Okay. Let's go to Arno and Adeline in the library. Or in the room, like one of the rooms of the royal of royalty.
So?
Arno,
Yes.
you said you desire this state of being to be endless and powerful,
Yes.
right? The Lichtstein?
Yes.
It's called?
That is correct. For it occurred to me that even if I do manage to bring my beloved back from the dead, I am old. I am dying. I will not have much time with her either way. But if I manage to become eternal, and if I can make her eternal alongside me, well, then I have eternity. And perhaps, if you would wish it, I would attempt to find ways to make you immortal as well.
Yes. Can I ask you something else?
Yes.
On a different topic. Sometimes I feel as if nothing makes sense. As if I'm going mad. Is madness something that you think? That can be done? That can be handled?
In all honesty, everyone's a bit mad. Really. Look at our little hodgepodge group of friends. We're all mad. We're all insane. We have an old gnome that can't seem to comprehend the finality of death. A dragonborn who doesn't seem to understand the way of the world. A Drake Warden who is caught up in old traditions. And I don't even know what from some other plane of existence. And some cowboy now. We're all a little mad.
Everyone's a little mad.
What matters is what you choose to do with the madness.
That is always very true.
It is a dangerous thing to have a conscience.
Isn't it just? It is.
Indeed.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. If I ever knew what I'm doing. When have I ever known what I was doing, let's be honest?
How old are you, my dear?
How old am I? I don't know. It's been a while. It's been, and you just watch as she starts, and then there's that, and then let's say, from a D&D perspective, I never actually, let's say 26.
Fair.
That's what I wrote down on the character sheet when I.
When I was the equivalent of 26, about 100 something, I didn't know what I wanted to do either. You're not meant to. If you do, then you're insane.
And not we all just a little mad.
Indeed.
And I grab Arno's hand. What would you give to have that power that you crave? What would you sacrifice? Because I sacrificed my own, I would say morals, but I guess I was sacrificing my non-existent morals to gain power back to heal you. And now I'm debating if that choice was a good choice. So I just...
The true question is, my dear, what wouldn't I give? Because there are only two answers to that question.
What are they?
My wife and you.
I lean forward, I kind of stand up, and I sort of rub the top of your head, like to mess up your hair. Like,
All else can burn in hell for all I care.
you're a great man, Arno.
Terrible, but great.
Great is not the opposite of terrible.
Indeed.
Great is something else. And I stand up, like, thank you for this talk. I have decisions I have to make, and this helped me along my way.
You wanted to become Infamous, powerful, better than your parents, right?
At one
At
point.
one point. At one point.
At one point. But
I will do everything in my power to make sure you become far greater than they ever were.
I will appreciate that.
The guard opens the door for Exodin and Evie to come in, and Barnaby is there sitting on the sofa or something like that. Like
Yeah.
maybe try to pass the time by reading a book.
I would be probably messing with my pepper box, putting some more
Cleaning
runes
it.
on it, kind of. Yeah, kind of infusing it a little more, trying to just mess with my magic a little bit.
Okay. So Exodin, the guard, wrong door sound effect. It was Enterprise. I tried to open like a little door sound effect for you.
It's the Spelljammer campaign.
That's why I picked. That was the Starship one. Here we go.
Oops.
Oopsie. There you go. The guard opens the door for you, and there's always been a guard posted out there. He said, "There's orders that the captain will be here soon to check on Nistra."
Oh. Tell him they can wait until she's ready to see anybody else.
It is because of the council, Lord Exodin.
What of the castle?
The council, Lord Exodin.
Council. Well,
We gave them our actual names. Fuck. Oops. Oh well. Oh well. Bit late now. Let's do this.
Well, Exodin's already kind of well known. Like, people know he gave this large donation to the Church of Metal, or the Temple of Metal. And he says, and he's just like, the captain of the guard was just to check up on Lady Istra.
when will he be here?
Any moment, a few minutes, could be. Who knows?
All right.
Need time to get dressed and ready for her guest. We shall let her know. She will come when she's ready.
Okay.
In the hall. We'll meet them in the library, but maybe bring them some food and wine.
I'm not sure what the captain will think about that.
Well, Lady Istra can tell them when she arrives.
Yes. Thank you, Lord Exodin. And you guys go into the study, right? And you see Barnaby.
Yeah.
Barnaby overhears this. What do you guys do? The door. He shuts the door, right? Behind you.
I'll go up to Barnaby. Have you seen Arno and Adeline?
Well, yes, but they're doing something private, so just wait here for a couple more minutes and they'll be out.
Always a calming feeling when those two are in private.
Yes.
Well, I don't really have experience with that, but I respect their privacy, so I don't have no questions for them when they come or anything like that. So I'm just waiting here.
Tell me, Barnaby, how well versed are you in disease and other planes?
Other planes, as in planes of existence, or
Yes.
can't say I've never been to one or heard of different planes. I have heard of different planes. Sorry about that. Just never really studied it, really. As for disease, I don't really know much about diseases, how to cure them. I do have this. He reaches into his pouch and he takes out what seems to be like this little vial of ointment. Well, this always took care of my diseases whenever I, had one. I just take a little, lick it, and it'll cure it. But that's all I know about diseases, really. Sorry if I'm no help.
I believe we're going to be having a little get together in the library then if those two were unable to help.
Let's go back to Arno. Or Exodin, do you want to do anything else?
No, I was going to wait for them to finish up.
Okay. Arno and Adeline, we're back with you guys.
Oh boy.
Very well. I have decisions I need to make, but that's good to know. And I open the door and I head back into the main area.
Taking my sweet old time going back out, but I do come back out.
Arno, the old gnome, very slow, slowly comes out, exiting. It's just this morning you cured him with one of the diseases. Evie seemed pretty interested last time. Evie makes a perception roll. We'll say the DC's 20, though. It's still like the ellipsis for me, so I can't even see the roll yet.
Yep.
10. Not high enough yet.
Not high enough.
What do you guys do?
Well, it's probably been a few minutes, so Adeline, you're gonna need to dress as Istra. The captain of the guard is arriving soon for the council.
Right. Cool. And I walk into the room and no, I don't even bother walking into him. I just change into Istra. It's like, how did anyone have any suggestions of how we want to play this?
Just give the throne to your brother.
Right, that I sent out some of you, only to go hunt down my brother's last known location. And you've talked to his people. You talked to people. I sent my people to talk to his people, and that his people were to talk to him, and we forward back to, and I have now known from my people, Yehor, that he should be here for the council to take the throne, which is good because I make Istra cough. I'm sick, and I have something else happening. And I ooh. And I drop out of Istra and go back into Istra, but this time, when I lift, I have underneath the dress that I wear, those bandages around the stomach because she has a infection of a wound that was magical in nature from Ian.
Sure.
And even the great paladin of Metal is not exactly sure how to cure it because traditional no, that won't work because I need you to be powerful. Any other suggestions to make Istra die easily? Oh no, you're on mute.
Honestly, suicide. She just learned her brother. She thought she had a chance for the throne, and then learned her brother was alive.
I mean, that's always. I could just drop Istra out of the window. There was a window in the back.
There is.
That would work.
All you need to do is when they open the door, you have the image just leap out the window.
Strangely enough, there is like a window. If you look at the map, the
Yeah,
window
speaking
there
of
is.
which,
It goes.
You
want me to call you to the
Yeah,
board?
yeah.
Yeah.
There. If you look out the window of Whitehaven, the tower
Oh
here,
my God.
you can actually jump out into the ocean. It's true. It could be done.
Straight down.
That's
Straight
nuts.
down. And it's close enough to the rocks that it'd be instant death.
And maybe the body wouldn't be recoverable.
Exactly.
How do we
It'd be
know?
nothing but a red paste.
How do we know we would not be blamed for it?
We can have him witness it.
Yes. We leave her to the room thinking her to be sick. We open the door to let the guard in, and she's whoop, out the window.
It could
Like
work.
one of those, what is it called? A sardine? When you squeeze the can and... Yes.
And I drop out of Isra to become Adeline.
Okay.
And I have major image prepared and ready to go off for when it happens. I'm going to open up these doors to bring the guard in to say, like, Your Highness, and I was open the doors. No, one of you guys need to knock on the door. And I need to be hidden.
Yes.
Is there a place? Is there there is a cabinet?
I could make you invisible.
But if I cast a spell, I become visible. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes, unless it's greater invisibility. But here's the thing, like, you're thinking about Major Image. You can cast a spell of Major Image before, and then Arno casts
like an
invisibility
hour.
on you.
It lasts like an hour.
Yeah.
That is true.
It could
All
work.
right.
So you cast
The
it right
moment-
before we open them to let them into the actual room.
Yeah.
And then you cast it, I cast invisibility. We let them in, open the doors to the bedroom. Bam! Out the window she goes. Yes?
With the window open, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep the window open.
I will open up the window. So I will just immediately, I'll walk up to the window. The
Yes,
window
yes.
can open, correct?
That would really
Yes.
ruin the plan.
Oh,
Okay. The window is open to let fresh air into the room. Because she's sick, so she's been wanting fresh air. Hi, so she's been wanting fresh air, and I will cast Major Image.
Has she already told them she wants her brother to be on the throne, though?
No.
She's made suggestions that originally she wanted the throne before I realized that she couldn't have the throne, and I don't know. I wasn't making great plans at the time. I just kind of wanted to get privacy. It doesn't matter. And Istra would walk, and she'd come in, and the guards would come in, and she'll say something dramatic. I need a dramatic last line. Let's see. Something along the lines of, my brother is alive, and his people have already stated that he will come to claim the throne, which means
Oh.
that there is nothing left tying me
That's
here,
well, that gives them a chance to stop you.
unless she's already halfway out the window.
Then they're going to want to stop you. Keep it simple. Keep it simple so you don't have to memorize any crazy lines. Just
I
keep
know,
it simple,
but-
like say goodbye to the true heir of the Vigor line.
You guys hear the knocking on the door?
Major Image goes off. Istra is designing like the last things, but in sort of like not even an evening wear things, just things. But she,
Something dark, maybe?
something dark, sort of like an elegant like nightgown or whatever.
Sure.
But she looks sick. And did we steal any like crown jewels by any chance?
You did. You had a few jewels, I think. They weren't magical, though.
No, but she's wielding the crown jewels, so when she goes over it, no one's looking for the crown jewels that is currently hidden in one of our bags.
That's right. Okay.
And if someone finds it later, we got enough to party. It's fine.
Lord Exodus, are you in there?
Boom. Tap my staff, casting invisibility. I will
Yeah.
knock off that spell blast.
Put my pepper box away. Kind of just watch and learn, I guess.
This Commander Mudteeth.
Oh, that's his name. Good to know.
Exodus is currently, by the way, he's stepped away from his computer.
I see that. Who wants to answer the door?
I can.
You open the door, he looks down at you, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
apologies. Sir Exodus is indisposed at the moment. How can I be of assistance?
Commander Mudteeth has two other guards with him. He has a leather strap that goes across his plate mail. He's an older gentleman with a goatee.
Hello, old man.
Yeah, he's in his late 40s, but he's aged a hard
Has he
life.
got that salt and pepper? He's got the salt and pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
I'll link you a picture of him.
Ooh, there's even a picture. Let's go.
I'm here for Lady Istra. Where is she?
In her quarters. We left her to rest. Come.
Is she okay?
I believe so. Her sickness is marginal, still very much there and present, but we believe she's okay. Here, as I'll move over to the
As
Lady Istra.
the guard comes in, he's about 6'1" or
Well,
so.
as you knock on the door
Yes.
of her chambers,
Lady Istra, are you available?
Istra will call out through the door with the door still closed. My brother is alive, which therefore means the throne is his. And with that, the true line of the Vigor line ends. And you hear, and I'll make the sound of the windows.
Arno opens the door where this Commander Mudteeth is at. You open the door and you see you.
And you see Istra
moving to jump out.
Yeah, is falling out the window. She is.
No!
And it goes down. And I will control.
Lady Istra! Don't do it!
She's already out the window and you can only see. And I've moved in such a way that I can see things. And because as long as I keep sight of it, I can control what the major image looks like as it moves.
No! No! The guard rushes over to the windowsill. She jumps down. He looks down, and he sees the image hit the water. Right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And once it hits the water, I walk out of the room by a stealth or sort of move, and then as soon as I'm out of the room and down the hall a bit of sort of
in one of the rooms.
Oval, yeah. I'll be sort of over here. I'll drop. I would become I will do something to force invisibility to things. And as Adeline, I'll come again. It's like, what's this shit? What's happening?
What? Lady Istra just killed herself.
What?
Oh,
and Adeline will come running over.
Oh, good heavens! Oh, good heavens!
Take off the hat.
What the fuck has happened?
This is terrible.
What?
She was fine.
I checked over her myself. There was no arcane on her mind. What in the?
She sent some of us away to find Thomas's people.
Right.
To let her know about the council.
I'm going to go look for the body, and I'm going to
Thomas was
polymorph into
alive.
an owl and just dive out the window.
The guard stands in amazement as your body goes from small to super small, and you fly out as an owl.
Diving down to pretend to look for the body.
Okay, I like that.
So we are innocent.
You had a
You're welcome.
And you watch Adeline will start to panic or start pretending that she has anxiety as she tries to. And then we told them.
God damn it!
We found Thomas's people, and they said that he would be ready for the count. And then we told it, and then she went to. And Adeline will fake pass out.
All right, who wants to make the deception roll against the guard? All right, roll it up.
Can it be at advantage with all this stuff happening? It's pretty good.
Yeah, sure. Roll it up.
Oh, I love this.
That is a 26.
I had such important news to tell her.
And
Yes?
start to fan her.
All right. Calm down, everyone. All calm down. All right. The guard starts to panic himself a little bit. Let's all get our story straight here. Right?
And Adeline.
He looks over at Exodus.
Too, just a bit.
Yes.
What happened here? He looks over at Exodus.
Well, you saw it for yourself, did you not?
I think we saw Istra go missing.
I actually was. I wasn't here. What happened?
It's
Exactly?
just-
Okay.
Sorry.
The craziness of Adeline trying to things. So, Adeline cast Major Image to have a sick-looking Istra, who's sort of an annoyed thing, near the windows with Major Image, which I can control and make sound happen to. Arno casted Invisibility on Adeline because she's already casted, so Adeline was invisible in the room. Arno led the guards into the like entirety of the royal chambers. So through the main door over here. They knock on this set of doors.
They made it. Adeline created an illusion to make Istra jump out the door and look like she was like very distressed.
A very distressed.
So it went as planned. The guard walked in.
Exactly.
Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guard looks over at you, accident. This guard who has like withered teeth. He's like a veteran of the guard. He says, "What happened here?" He's kind of like looking over at accident, you know.
Unfortunately, Lady Istra has taken her own life.
No. I think she just went missing. Just apparently like the king did. We don't want to cause a commotion. Let's see if our wizard friend can find the body at least.
Oh no, you're on mute.
The owl perches back up in the windowsill and just...
Did you find her?
The head slowly shifts back and forth.
See? There's no body. If there's no body, there's no crime or no incident, correct?
If the body fell into the water, it could be at the very bottom of the ocean. It could be taken away by the tides.
I can understand there was an assassination attempt on the king, and she felt under grave distress. But it's better that she goes missing, I think. Wouldn't you agree, sir? He looks over at accident.
If that's the story that the captain wants, then it is the story we will give.
We can say, which is partly truthful, that Lady Istra sent us out to find her brother, and when we returned, she wasn't here.
She must have maybe heard the news, or I figured she would be elated to know that her brother survived. The nobles have called for the coronation of Lord Vigil, Lord Thomas Vigil, tomorrow evening.
We also thought she would be invited, but when we told her that we found Thomas's people and they informed us that he would be ready for coronation and we thought proof of life and all of that.
Calm down.
No.
It'll be okay.
There's an owl now perched up on your shoulder, Adeline.
And you just watch as Adeline will start petting. It's like, I'm going to.
What did you see here? He looks over at Barnaby, who's like awfully quiet.
Just exactly what we all saw. Jumped out the window.
I didn't see anyone jump out the window.
There was no
She's
one
missing.
here.
You are so right.
I heard that Lady Istra left in the middle of the night.
I have no idea what's going on.
Let's make sure it stays that way.
It will.
Great. The coronation for Sir Thomas will be tomorrow evening in the throne room.
Very well.
I'm not sure if you're still welcome to stay in the royal chambers, but for now, since Lady Istra is no longer here. But I'm sure we can make some arrangements, right?
Right, we at the very least we just have to gather our stuff and oh dear God, you know, so I'm just I've been around cult life many a times.
It's okay. Take a deep breath.
She could die from the sickness that went around. She could have caught it in the middle of the night and...
No.
No, we don't...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Good point,
The
she's missing.
little owl is just shaking his head.
She's just missing.
I heard she left in the middle of the night last night.
Exactly. When we were all asleep and now she's not here anymore.
Excellent. Is there anything else I can do of service to you, lords and ladies?
I'll finally hop off the shoulder and shift back into gnomish form.
Impressive.
Brush off the feathers that still linger on my cloak.
Oh, you wanted the diviners?
No diviner. Just a man who studied a lot.
Impressive. What is your title here, sir? He looks over at the gnome.
Oh, I was once the advisor to
Who?
no one at all.
Excellent. And he says, if you don't mind, I have something to do. And he begins to leave. Do you guys want to ask him anything else before he goes?
As long as we are clear. She went missing in the middle of the night.
One moment. She went missing, but perhaps it'd be for the best that we get out of town for a little while.
We don't want anyone. We don't want the nobles to blame us or you.
Is there a way that we could leave, despite the sanctions against entering and exiting the city at the moment?
Sergeant. Sergeant begins to draft up. The sergeant, they have these special writs, which of course the royalty don't have to follow, or basically an exception to the rule, like the elite class don't have to follow these quarantining rules, right? So they hand you one of the things. It basically allows you to it basically says that you've been absolved of any disease, so you're free to go throughout the city or even leave the city if you wish.
Thank you. It is very much appreciated. Our lips are sealed.
She's just missing.
That's right.
She's just missing.
Great.
Yes.
It makes an insight roll on you guys to see if you're going to tell anybody about this. Does anybody want to try to deceive him, or is this just the way it is?
I have no intention of telling
Accident?
anyone.
No intention.
I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. I'm the one that let Istra die in the first place. I don't give a fuck.
The guard. The guard leaves. What do you guys do? The guard and his two men leave.
I closed the main doors behind us.
Private, come with me.
Oh.
The guard that's on post outside the door leaves.
I count. I hold up a finger for everyone to be quiet, and I wait for over a minute, and then I put my finger down. It's like, well, I think that was successful.
I'd say it was.
Better than I
Barnabas chuckles.
If we even had a permission to leave town, I think we should all gather up our stuff, and we should leave.
There's
Not
one
yet.
bit of information.
Right, you wanted to do something, and you wanted to do something, Evie. What exactly did you want to find?
So it seems that this disease may have had something to do with my arrival here.
Right.
And I feel
Well, that's
somewhat
unfortunate.
responsible.
Well, have you gotten sick?
I believe I have.
That's a real shame.
Then it isn't you. Because you showed up the same time. Not Amos. You showed up the same time as so Ian confronted us.
Is there anybody proficient in medicine?
Am I or have I been reading? I think I was reading more. I don't think I got the chance to. I know I rolled last time to see if I could gain proficiency in medicine from Ian's notes, but I didn't think it's.
Yeah, you're asking about Ian's notes that you've kind of gone through a little bit more, maybe. We're in here about an hour, so I'm assuming you've gone just over some of the books that you always kind of do.
I could have. Yeah. Always kind of idly.
Should we just make a roll of some kind?
I could try.
What type of roll do you want to make? Investigation or medicine?
Guidance.
Investigation
Nature.
is my better stat, but I also admit medicine is the one that fits better here.
Go ahead.
It's diseases.
I mean, nature could.
Yeah,
I would say
nature
nature
too,
is
maybe.
good.
Something like
Nature-
that. That's why I'm
nature
just
could
opening it
work.
up.
Nature could work.
That's an underused role.
Shall I go with nature, friends?
So what's up with you? It's all totally up to you, bud.
I know she
have
casted
guidance.
guidance. Would I be able to use my Flash of Genius to add to that roll as well?
How does Flash of Genius work again?
When you and another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or saving throw, you can use your reaction to add a +5 to the roll.
Yeah, it's just your intel mod per long rest. And they add your intelligence modifier to the roll. So what do you say to help kind of, what do you think's happening here, Barnaby? To
How do you flash your genius at me?
Yeah.
I can probably help you go through these books, really. Go
Alright.
through with them together and kind of see what we can come up with together.
Arno puts out Ian's notes. Do you read Deep Speech, Barnaby?
I think I do, actually. Yes, I do.
There you go.
Hey.
Deep Speech, like a bunch of hieroglyphics. You guys are like looking through the book just for like a few minutes. Arno's got like some few tabs or whatever, maybe like put in the books to key
Oh yeah,
spots.
no, I've
Yeah.
folded certain carrots in so I can.
Exactly.
Yeah,
one,
I'm
this
leaning
one,
over the shoulders
this
with my
one.
hands on their things.
The only
channeling magic.
bookmark is where it is my journal beginning.
Arno just makes a roll then to try to maybe put it together a little
Alright.
bit. As you,
Here we go.
Ian maybe
Plus
has documented
genius
some of the
and guide.
disease.
Yeah, you get a
Plus
straight
five,
plus 5.
plus 1d4.
Plus 1d4.
Here we go.
So your roll's pretty high to begin with, right, guys?
So that is
Really?
26 plus 5, 31.
Oh,
Yeah.
nuts!
Pretty good DC pass right
So
there.
you need to mark your Flash of Genius roll, right? Because
I
it's used.
did.
Great. Arno, like Ian talks about how this, how a strange disease is starting to beset Stormbrook, and that if he doesn't find a cure for it soon, there could be a lot of problems. He's the one who put in the quarantine order, you know, and he says that
Yeah.
he doesn't think it's tied to his experiments. You know, even though he's been you know, dissecting commoners and, you know, stealing, you know, men, women, and children. And, you know, he's talked about also the nobles, about trying to either assimilate the noble houses so you can gain just absolute control over the city of Stormbrook. But the most important thing you find is that it started right around the time he killed Istra, right? And that's when it's kind of dated, when the times he starts mentioning about certain diseases being spotted in the city. And because he's trying to determine if what he's doing, he doesn't think so, but, you know, because he's operating in the sewers, you know, does it have to do with the water? He doesn't really know himself, but he at least kind of knows when it started, and it corroborates what Evie knows, right? With the timing of it.
Yes.
I can't give you the answer, but you can figure it out, maybe.
So somewhere between the fall of Istra and the arrival of our compatriot, the diseases begin to sprout.
Now, how
There's
did
obviously the possibility of a curse, simply put, just on Istra. There's always that possibility. But it was clearly not made by... Of course, that would also could be related. No, it's probably not a finger.
As you're thinking
Like,
about
yeah.
that, you're looking and you're like, and you're looking and the source of the curse, Ian thinks is like, as you guys have also thought too, it's magical in nature, like different variations of the crackled plague and things like that, right? Fever begins with fever and
Definitely
rats and
magic.
things like that, but the source of it must be magical in nature, unnatural.
Yes.
Now, how did she arrive? Because I know you mentioned
Some
her
form of
arriving
portal.
from somewhere.
Some form of portal. Something or other. It was fascinating from an arcane standpoint to travel between dimensions, but...
You don't think a disease could have slipped and it's just coincidental that Istra died just before then?
See, the thing is, it's not leaving the city. As far as we're aware, it's not spreading. It's just within this city, and it's a bunch of different diseases. So I have to assume it's some form of curse. Perhaps one made by Istra herself. I have to assume.
Are there any?
We
Yes.
should speak to Alarian tonight. If Istra, if she knows of any curse upon Istra.
Curious.
Perhaps
Curious.
it's that the last of them fell away.
I don't know, and I don't like that I don't know.
Would want to curse her.
Does someone want to make an insight roll about, because you guys are inquiring about this maybe this curse in Istra?
I'm not.
Arcane,
what's my
maybe an
insight?
arcane roll, something. This is
I
just
can
opening
do
it
an
up for you guys to
Arcana.
try to get
I can
trying to
also
help
do
a little
Arcana.
bit.
What's your insight?
It's not.
Mine-
Who has-
It's,
what's-
it's not
who has the highest
insight. We're
insight?
talking like arcane
It'd be-
nature,
it'd
like
be
what Exodus was
Arcana.
kind of talking about.
Okay,
And
if it's
that's
all
my strength.
I have a
Yeah.
+8 to Arcana.
So do I.
Rolled
well,
up.
I will guidance whoever wants it.
Who-
Adeline's
roll?
hands is like touching Arno and Barnaby, to try
I also
to.
have, and I can inspire someone too.
Do you
Go
know what
ahead.
I'll do? I will try to help you with advantage
Absolutely.
because we both clearly have
With Evie?
proficiency in Arcana.
Trying to help Evie.
Yeah,
Evie rolls with advantage then, and with guidance.
or not? Yeah,
Well,
gonna
Evie,
roll?
what's your Arcana bonus?
Evie.
Yeah, no,
have
I don't want
Barnaby.
to roll our.
Barnaby.
Barnaby.
Barnaby's,
Barnaby.
Barnaby's a better
Okay.
one. Barnaby's a better
Sorry,
one.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barnaby's a better one here.
I
Okay.
don't want to do that. Mine's like,
Advantage.
Sorry. Yeah, roll with
An
advantage
advantage,
plus D4.
Okay.
Now you can't use your reaction. You have to say it natural 20, right, with advantage, but also a natural 1 on the other roll too. Kind of crazy. Now, do you guys want to play with the inspiration rule from the new thing? So now Barnaby has inspiration till the long rest.
Did you seriously? Just
What's
get
the
a
new
natural
rule?
20?
That's a
And
one
a nat
D&D.
one
one
did.
at the
That's
same
the one
time.
I
D.
got a
Thank
nat
you.
20 and a nat 1.
Well, it's the
Same
new
time.
1 D&D rule. Barnaby has inspiration. You can also give inspiration to another player as well. Why don't we do it?
Oh.
You could just mark it on your sheet, right? The inspiration
I can.
thing.
I just turned it on right now. Yes.
Yep. And as how I use inspiration is you declare it. You have to use your reaction to use it, similar to kind of
Okay.
your other ability.
Okay.
And the next ability check, saving throw, or attack roll is with advantage, and you can give it to any other player as well, Barnaby.
Would I be able to do it after the roll is rolled, but before the outcome, or is it before everything? I have
To do it as a reaction, you have to inspire someone, right?
Okay.
Cool. Let's try it. Let's just try that rule out. Barnaby rolls a natural 20, though. Barnaby, you're thinking about Evie, and have you fought other planar creatures, Barnaby? You're a pretty skilled bounty hunter, maybe one of the most famous bounty hunters in the land, right?
Mhm.
Exodus has probably heard of you in some capacity. Barnaby, have you fought other planar creatures and things like that?
If you consider some aberrations to be planar,
Yeah.
then yeah, definitely.
I mean, obviously, because you know deep speech, like, it's pretty crazy to think that the king was like a mind flayer, right, to begin with.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
not. If someone could infiltrate the royal court and become king, of course, it would make sense that they could read minds and disguise themselves and
As
do
a
this.
mind player would.
But you look at over at Evie. Evie says she's from another plane. Evie's never really been sick, and it doesn't really make. And with Istra too, why would the king who killed Istra and turned her into basically his own machination, like why would this disease be part of that? King Ian, even in Ian's notes, seemed confused about the whole ordeal, anyways.
Mhm.
Right, so he couldn't really know the sources. He was obviously trying to find out, but also talked about him like acquiring these tablets, which are up in his study, which you guys have made the etchings from. He was more curious about other things. What do you guys do?
We have.
Or do you have any other questions, Barnaby? Because, I mean, you did roll a natural 20.
I really don't, because I don't really know most of the. I know you just told me a bunch, but it's like most of the story I don't really know how it goes.
Sure.
Um,
You kind of hit a mental roadblock. But what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't really, the lead on Istra is probably not the right way.
yeah, it's
As a cause, perhaps. But the timing is, in particular,
very coincidental that it's when Evie showed up and when she died. It's kind of weird. I don't really have any other questions, really.
okay.
So I don't
is
know.
there anything in the in the plane maps and stuff that we found in the room with the portal, was there anything about any of that kind of information in any of those?
Evie, you pull out the
documents?
portal, the planes and stuff. You guys like spread it onto the desk in the library, just trying to piece together anything as your fascination for, and maybe just trying to cure the ailments of Stormbrook, as Exodus seems to be curious about solving this too, before maybe you travel elsewhere. Unfortunately, you're looking at these maps. It talks about traveling to different planes. You see Gehenna. You see the Abyss. You see Mount Celestia. And the other planes where the gods live and traverse, and how to travel from one plane to another of the great wheel cosmology. It's all very fascinating, but doesn't talk about anything about diseases. Or maybe the cause for this disease, even though the source of it is magical. You know that, Evie, you can make a roll. I mean, just as an interesting roll. Let's have you make a nature roll, survival roll, or history roll, something like that.
All of them are not so good.
Because you're kind of a planar traveler. Are you called is your background the far traveler background? Or the
22.
another natural 20, you get an inspiration too, right? Because we're using those rules. You get inspiration. I'm just like Oprah right now. You get inspiration. You get inspiration.
You get inspiration. Everyone gets inspiration.
Do you understand how it works, though, Evie? The inspiration thing.
Yeah, it's that.
So now you get a
D&D thing.
Yeah, cool. You know that like demons and stuff from other planes are immune to disease and poison because they're just like their body is like manifested in the physical sense, but beyond that, like they don't have like organs. Like they have like an appearance, but they don't have like. They're more like a spirit manifested into a physical form, so they're immune to most like diseases and things like that. That's just something interesting, but it's not related to this problem. And you also got inspiration. Guys hear another knock on the door.
All right.
It's a lot less loud than that. It's like accident. It's like a small hand knocking on the door.
Who's there?
Is Lord Accident in there, my lord?
I go to open the door.
You like
it's the gnome.
No, it's not the gnome. It's like you see the 8 foot, like you're like 7 feet tall, so you got to look way the fuck down. It's this little boy. He's like, here you go. Are you Lord Accident?
Yes, that is me.
It's from the bishop.
I take what is a note that he has?
It's sealed with the symbol of Needle.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem, my lord. And he takes off.
All right.
Oh, and he turns around and he says, he like scuttles back over to you. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry." He holds out his hand.
I give him 1 silver, I guess.
The boy is like dressed in rags. You know what I mean? Here comes.
Oh my god! All right, I give him a gold, whatever.
No, you don't. You want to give him a gold? Oh boy, here we go.
Is he tattered? Or...
Like I imagine, like he's one of these guys that's got like he's like a messenger boy, right?
Yeah.
He's. It's very common, to have these messenger boys or orphans or just people working. A typical tip for something like that would be like a copper piece.
All right, I'll give him a silver then.
Give him a silver. He's like, "Oh, well, the bishop was right about you." And he takes the the silver piece and runs off. What do you guys do?
I looked like I also do Mito stuff. I don't get anything. I don't.
Oh no, it's all right. It's all right.
That's not. I don't. I can't. No, wait. No. Do I care or do I not care? I don't know. Never mind. Don't. Mito, I'm not complaining. I'm not saying anything. I'm content. I'm so content.
This isn't a note from Madel. It's from them who I gave much money.
Oh, Mito, the people should not worry about money because that's you know what? Never mind. Just ignore me. Ignore everything I've said in the past few. Everything's fine.
I read the note.
Lord Exodin, I demand your audience. You must speak about your coronation.
Oh shoot! You're gonna be actually coronated.
Oh, man.
Oh.
When you can,
Is
please
he-
come to the temple. You'll be most impressed.
Could it be Pope Exodus?
No. I think Paladin still need coronation.
Signed, Bishop Ula Dunban.
Wait, who?
Bishop
Is that the-
Ula Dunban. Yes, it's the gnome.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well,
Bishop.
I might as well knock out two birds with one stone. Perhaps they have some insight of this disease, since we are not able to find much from Ian's journal.
Perhaps. Although I get the distinct feeling that, in all honesty, I think. Well, let's put it this way. If you can cross over, what else can?
That is quite true.
And the portal
That
was
just-
open.
That just occurred to me. If the portal was opened one way, if the portal exists, it can be opened again.
The origin of the disease was while we were there. Would we not have noticed the portal open?
Perhaps it was elsewhere.
Evie, when you
Perhaps it
came
wasn't.
through your world, like, there was no disease like this. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Perhaps it wasn't a disease. Perhaps it was something else.
Now, Arno is trying to remember the portal in a little bit. The only thing that comes to Arno's mind is when he forcefully removed himself, like he sealed the portal away when he saw that well of souls. Or in a place he should have not tread.
We also know that it's not just one sickness. It's fire.
It's
very
all of them.
Did that.
Oh.
Light bulb.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have any of you heard of the myth of the four horsemen? War is currently brewing in Samarkand.
Oh shit.
Talking about the apocalypse.
War
Oh,
is
different.
currently brewing in Samarkand.
Right
is.
here.
Disease is spreading here. I have no doubt that somewhere else there is famine. And somewhere else there is death.
Or death is what arrives last.
Indeed.
Death is the darkness come again.
First comes the war. Then comes the famine. After the supplies have been used. Then... No. First comes the war. Then comes the disease from the injuries. Then comes the famine of the injured not being able to be fed enough. And then comes the death.
Are there four horsemen in this world? I'm assuming maybe.
Juan, do you want to make a history roll?
Yeah. Oh shoot! I gotta fix that. Yeah. Yep.
There is a chance
So,
that something... If a portal can open to her realm, portals can be opened to other realms, to other planes, to other things that should not be granted access to.
11.
I can't give you all the information. There was apparently in the Great War 4 generals of the Great War. So what Arno is maybe making a little bit of sense. But then again, Arno goes on tangents all the time, and we don't know.
He does. He is a teacher. He is an old man.
There is
He's
was the dragon that survived.
True, there is that too.
Do you remember the dragon's name, Evie?
I think it started with a U.
E, right? Did I say Urius?
Urius? Yeah, it sounded like a U to me.
I think it's the
in my
god
mind.
of the east wind.
Who is the darkness itself, if we remember correctly.
That's wrong,
That
Adeline.
is-
It's the
that
god
is-
of the
that is a
west
different-
wind, is Zephyrus.
That's a different one. That's a different one.
Too many
Yes.
dragons, wind things.
Exactly. As Adeline kind of just says, blows it off a little bit.
There's many possibilities.
We,
Truly.
we did hear
Dragon-
that the source of where the plague started was at the sleep pits, and it spread from there. Should we investigate that?
Yes. Let's go ahead and see what we find there. And I'll begin to head out. If I'm
Follow
listening,
behind.
that's something-
Heading out? You're going to the slave pens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting.
Is everybody
because I
heading
have
to the
letter.
slave pens? Are we all traveling together, or are we splitting the group?
Barnaby would probably follow around Arno and Adeline just because they're both the leaders.
Oh, that's right.
Arno.
I forgot. I lied about that.
What are we doing?
Arno,
doing, Adeline?
Exodin wants to take off. Exodin, you look back. Is the rest of the group following? Is the question.
And I have the letter.
Yeah.
So
What letter?
Where are we
Oh,
The
Azul.
writ.
Sorry,
I
I just
have the writ.
you showed back up again. Like I knew.
Oh, welcome
Yeah.
back.
Hey,
Yeah. So
The writ that
fun
grants us free
news.
patches.
The guards came in. We made you image illusion. Istra jumping to her death.
oh,
It worked, by the way.
It worked flawlessly. It was
For
fantastically
once, for
done.
once, a plan worked perfectly.
Yeah. The guard is like, we didn't see that. She's missing, right? Right?
Missing.
She's missing. She went missing in the middle of the night, right? Like, right. She's missing.
We would have emphasized that on Azul, I think, also quite a bit.
Yeah.
Missing.
got it. Missing.
If
and
only
we
I had modified memory.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
know.
if only. I'm going
So
to be
bad.
using that all the time on Azul.
Yeah. And then we also got the permission slip to let us leave town if we wanted to. So now it's just a matter of us try to convince other people to leave town. Evie wants to do something. Exodus wants to do something. We'll also try to solve the sickness at the same time. And I don't know if you caught at this beginning, this is my final game with the group for now. I have a lot of stuff going on that I have to take care of. So
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Are we taking off with Exodin to the slave pens, or what's the plan,
are we
guys?
doing? What are we doing, Adeline?
Leader.
right. And I just see like 4 different people looking at me. I'm like,
The right answer is to follow them.
we're following them.
But what are we doing?
Let's see what Exodus is doing. Why not? Why not?
Might as well.
Might as well.
Might be amusing after all.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to. I dropped my voice down very low. I'm looking forward to seeing how he reacts to seeing slave pits.
Oh, right.
He's gonna fly off the handle.
Yes. Yes. All of that. Oh, that's very good. Very nicely done. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Shall we?
Of course.
I shall.
Okay.
Follow.
So we'll stick together.
What are we hoping to find here at the slave thing? This is where the disease started.
Yeah. Hopefully we can like track it down to like patient 0. I don't know.
Okay.
Patient 0. Fuck.
Come Through
You
the
guys
portal?
leave the castle of Whitehaven. You guys head down the cliff to the lower part of where Whitehaven's built on this like peninsula, like precipice up in the mountain, up in like a mountain up, which is like a port city of Stormbrook. You guys head down. You know where the slave pits are at. Out there you see a large rotund man. You see buying and selling of all kind of people. You hear the screaming of, men, women, and children as they receive the brand of slavery, upon their lower cheek, right? Ah! Accident. It's not a great place. And up there on the, you've heard of this guy. I don't know if you guys have met him because we played a lot. You see Niku Kaldarash, he's a powerful merchant, a part of the Iron Links. Basically heads the slave trade or most of the trade between Usad and here. And he's like, how much for that one? You hear him talking. What do you guys do? They seem to be buying and selling. It's like a slave market, guys. What do you guys do?
Yeah.
I'm going to stride up and say, hello.
Excuse me, I'm busy.
I was just wondering, how are they priced?
This one right here is very strong. This one is 10 gold.
All right.
The small one,
Pricey.
the little boy, that's 2 gold.
2 gold. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. As I'll continue to browse like a kid in a candy store.
They're like not really. They're not like they're not like it's not like an inventory. It's more like an auction process, like where they bring them up and they talk about them. They try to like hype them up, be like, yeah, this one is strong and fit, and this one, they try to like.
Right.
It's like a sales pitch,
Okay.
Accident. Do you want to ask somebody about what's going on, or what do you want to do?
I'll go up to him as well.
Oh, yes, my lord. He sees that you're like fully in plate mail.
I want to make this quick with you. Have the slaves here been sick?
A few of them have had the cutoff.
Do you know anything of the origin of it? It would have been about a week ago. A little over a week.
Damn, this fucking thing has stopped all the trade between our ships. We can't take them in and out. I hope the king, God rest his soul, or at least a new one, can figure this problem out.
So you don't know of any, how do I say, exotic shipments that may have been made?
Hey, are you trying to put the blame on me on this? This is none of my business. Now, I agree that these slaves are filthy, and they mostly have some of them have fleas, but that is not my problem.
So, you know nothing.
Niku, let me describe him a little bit more. He's a large dude. He wears like layers of fur cloaks. He has rings. He has a large cane. That's probably like a tooth of like some giant creature or some beast, right? He's very fat. He probably weighs about 270 pounds. And, his belt barely goes up, but he's well dressed. I'll link you his information. So you can get a little bit more of a visual representation if you want to of the guy.
Oh god, that's a big man.
Huge man.
Jeez.
That is not my problem. These people are free-ridden and dirty, yes, but diseased. We check their teeth, and then we send them off on their way, and it's good money. In fact, I don't see the king's sigil on you. Who are you? I do not want to answer any more questions. He leaves.
Wait.
He says,
So like tries to
speak with my retainer. He sends like a slave to speak with you. It's like this elvish guy, He says, yes. He has the mark of slavery on him, right?
Okay.
And beneath, so there's 2 marks. One is like where they're at, like his Stormbrook is a marking. Beneath it is like who's the master, right? And it's the Iron Links, right?
Okay. Hey. Hello.
Yes.
Like this. He does. So like the like does like a traditional like elf greeting. It's like,
Yes. Yeah, like that's probably something like that.
Your master, he seems to be a wealthy businessman. He wouldn't sell bad goods that are sick, or at least not inform people that they are. Do you know of rival traders that bring in bad goods, that would bring in something that's toxic or extremely unusual that could cause this spread of disease?
Shh. Lower your voice. And he takes you over because you guys are kind of near by the port area. He puts his hand around your shoulder. He's like, brother, you have to understand. This is just the way things are now.
I understand, but we are trying to find the source of this. It's an unusual type pandemic, as a myriad of diseases are being spread. Not a single one, but different kinds, all about the city. We've heard the source started here. So,
of course it is. It's always said it started somewhere poor. If it wasn't here, it'd be the orphanage. Disease started like with everyone. In fact, I've heard one of the nobles recently got sick. Could have started with them. You know how it works. They always try to blame us. The poor, the slaves, the elves, the dwarves. But it's never their fault.
yes, that's why I likely think it was a trader who brought in something from unknown lands. Something that can spread this.
I don't know the source of it. And it's strange. But they can't seem to cure it. Lots of diseases have ravaged the land recently.
Okay. If you don't know who or what might start, do you know someone who would? Someone who's well informed here in the Slate Pits?
I think it was right. It started around a few weeks ago. I heard the king and Lord Nico, he points over to the fat guy, right? He says they were doing business not too long ago. He came back from a recent trip. Unfortunately, the king is dead now. But fortunately for everyone, apparently Thomas has been found. It's word going around town.
Yes, he's been found. Where did your master come from, Nico? Where did he came from?
He's a Vistani, but he's been here for many years now. He never goes on the boats.
Did he recently bring along anything unusual or different?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you. Excellent. Do you have any questions for our friend?
Azul gets to make a roll. The DC is 30.
30?
Yeah, to kind of. He asks a question. I mean, I'm trying to help you out, buddy.
Persuasion, investigation, whatever.
This is like trying to recall
Insight.
something, trying to like pull something together. Yeah, I'd say insight.
Insight. All right.
Someone to give him inspiration.
I would like to if I can, absolutely.
Edie uses her inspiration. You get to roll one more time, Azul.
All right. I am going to have a tough time with this.
So
16.
guidance.
She's still rolled low.
Damn.
Needed a 20 to get that.
Oh.
It can be done. You guys rolled a 31 on the other roll.
True. Fuck.
Sold!
Fascinating.
The ships are all docked in, Arno. Like, no ships are leaving the port as everything's under quarantine and lockdown.
Oh, yes.
The merchants must be losing a fortune.
Oh, of course.
King must have pissed them off bad.
The iron link related to those fuckers that robbed us at the bank.
Yes,
Perhaps.
they own the bank. The Gilded Bank.
We also know that was a fake bank, right?
That is correct.
That was an illusion.
Oh,
That is correct,
Must be
Izzle.
something to do with the iron links.
I would
We
assume
know
so.
they cursed Exodon.
You think that that thing could be the cause?
Could they be powerful enough?
The Iron Links are spread across all of Orin. They're everywhere.
Well, Axon, what do you think?
Bit of a loss for where we should be going here. The slave didn't seem to know of any exotic shipments. We don't know if it was from the portal. However, are you certain it was started here?
From what we learned from the vampire, yes.
Her word is probably good for it. Perhaps we should investigate further here. Talk with some of the slaves which are not held by Nico himself.
Okay.
You just start asking around the slave area, guys. So it's just like a generalized roll the group can make to maybe get more questions and answers and see if this is like a dead end or something, right?
Yeah.
Investigation.
Yeah. Who wants to roll it? I think Azul is the best
I
investigator.
got a +9.
Maybe Barnaby.
I got a +8.
I go over to Azul, who's +9, and I will guidance him.
Yeah, you touch him as he begins asking slaves questions. Like you close your eyes, you whisper a sweet prayer to Maytel. If that's what you want to do, of course.
Yeah.
Sweet prayers, mate.
For now.
28 plus D4.
Plus-
See, now you get your 30.
30.
Um,
30.
it's kind of like what the head servant of Nico was saying. That the diseases started soon after. You confirm it with a few other people. The king was was traveling somewhere, and once he returned, that's when the diseases started. So now you have a few. Yeah, you have a few different references now. It talks about it in the journal. Now it's been confirmed by the slaves and so forth. I'm going to add an hour to our timer.
Yeah.
It's 3:04 in the evening. The coronation of Thomas Vigil is tomorrow evening.
Sorry. You heard that.
What do you guys do? Or do you have any other... Here's the thing, Azul. Do you have any questions? I mean, I gave you some information.
Was the king seen with anything new or strange on his arrival back from wherever he came from?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Was he carrying or seen with servants carrying anything out from the ship when he came back?
He didn't go on a ship. He went somewhere. We would have known.
You teleported.
Teleported.
Well, I don't know if the king could teleport. I've heard he was a great mage.
Indeed. He was a great mage.
Great mage.
May Cummings rest his soul.
Man, I know if
he'll
I
be
asked the
resting
right
on
question, I could figure this out, but I stop. What? Anyone got an idea?
Could be something to do with the
Idea.
portal and the temple.
We
Maybe
gave
that
up
well?
the finger to him.
I don't think it was the finger. We would have gotten sick.
It's unknown why it's now bringing its plague to the land. However, that is precisely what he came back with that would be capable of cursing a land.
Hey, it's
I
just
think
occurred to
so.
me. The spell on the finger is blight.
That would cause this.
That would cost.
A sickness
Famine.
of plagues. A sickness for plants primarily, but still a sickness magic.
Plants
But-
being eaten.
Is that the finger that I have in the black cloth right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
that is the one you have. Yeah, no, I have the revived one because that's the one I need.
Accident, you think about it. You put it together a little bit. The king came back after he killed Istra, right? And
Yeah,
what he came back with. You know, the slaves don't know because they don't see the king at all, right? But he did come back with the finger.
Oh,
Perhaps
shoot.
perhaps he used the
Yeah.
finger in one of his experiments.
This whole time it was a finger. Oh,
And you think that, and you kind of like had a small sickness to your stomach. Maybe you've been carrying around the cause of the disease all along.
Accident.
How many innocent
Accident.
children have you killed? Accident.
Accident. We
holding
need
this.
to get that out of the city. If we leave the city and someone holds onto it, you go back in and see if the disease stops.
Accident, you're just like, what do you feel right now as you maybe put all this together? What is Accident thinking?
I'm trying to just think of how to solve this problem. I'm not like regretting or anything like that. I mean, I didn't know.
You look down at Arno. You like, because he has a finger too. It's weird. He's missing one of his fingernails.
Who is?
Arno is.
Oh,
He's missing a fingernail. He somehow hasn't felt it though.
I don't know. What's wrong with your hand there?
Oh. That's strange. Oh well.
If you're not concerned with it, then I won't have to be either.
I am 400 years old. I've got a hip that honestly could blow out at any moment. I'm a missing fingernail is nothing. There's a reason I carry a walking stick, after all.
For fingernails.
Finger- yes, for fingernails.
These fingers may have abilities beyond.
They're cursed. They're almost certainly cursed in some capacity.
Fingers? What do you mean fingers? You mind enlightening me?
The fingers are the reason I am here.
Excellent.
Yes.
We need to get that finger out of the city and far away from here.
Agree. If it is based on proximity,
So what would happen if it were to go to elsewhere? Would the sickness follow?
then we would have to hide it.
excellent.
I'm not giving
Arno's
it-
hands is visibly twitching.
We could see if the church could possibly
They can.
destroy it.
They cannot.
Oh, there's always a chance.
If they could have, they would have long ago.
If they found it back then. Who knows?
There have been other fingers around. There are 10 of them, after all.
And the church has acquired every one and tried.
All they need to do is try one.
Exactly. I don't think they even found one. And if they have, they would have kept it secret and destroyed it.
There is far too much power on these fingers to just be destroyed so easily.
I wouldn't say it'd be an easy process. It's possible.
Can I get a reminder? Where was that finger when we had it? Where did we get it from?
We got it from the Temple of Emos, which in fact
Yeah.
we still have the location of.
Okay.
We could, if we wished, put it back there. However, I also freely admit that the Temple of Emos would make a great central base location.
Yes.
Yeah,
I agree on that one.
I
We all
think
wake
I
up
think I
diseased
think it would
every
be really, really cool to just have a base within the Temple of Emos. I think that'd be really cool.
It has a portal. It's perfect.
It has
Exodin,
a teleportation circle in it already.
Mhm.
Exodin's immune to disease, so maybe that's why he could never feel the effects of it. Or at least fully.
So what would happen if I were to hold it? Would I immediately become diseased?
Weren't you in
What would happen?
possession of it originally?
Yes, but I never felt the disease.
I guess maybe the owner of the finger doesn't feel the effects, only the people around him. It'd be a great way to spread the disease without the owner knowing. It's a good curse.
Well, if we're all standing around here right now and
We need to leave. We need to leave now.
we're not getting sick,
We need to leave now.
Yes, you know what?
We need to get out of here.
What is the fastest way to travel in your land?
Horse.
Depends. How much money are you willing to spend?
How quickly do we need to arrive at our location?
Honestly, not quickly at all, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I think there's a.
I, however, I don't think I'll be remaining much longer.
All right.
I need to go to Fiddlestead. And soon. Like, really soon.
All right.
that
Barnaby, Fiddlestead is a Nomus city on the western part of Orin. It's probably
I
at
did see that on
least
the map.
20 days away or so by travel. But Arno, that you kind of understand that Exodin is carrying one of these fingers and Arno is carrying a finger.
Especially the way he's fingering it as a necklace right now.
And so basically Arno wants to take one of the fingers with him to Fiddlestead.
why do you want to go to Fiddlestead so badly?
My dead wife is there. And it is almost the anniversary of her death.
And you have the means to bring her back?
Perhaps not yet. But I am always there for the anniversary. Always.
Hmm.
He's such a
I mean,
good man.
that's like a 20-day walk. How soon do you need to be there?
About a month or two, month and a half. I've got time. But the point still stands.
Well, I don't believe there's much here left to do. I can forget about the woman of the bank. I would like to see this coronation that they have.
And be coronated yourself.
We'll see about that. However, I don't wish to take this finger with me into the city. If I give it to you to hold out of the city, will you still be there?
Yes. I will still be there.
Is anyone else willing to hold the finger?
I will note, it is... I'm not a fool. I'm not quite so foolish as some of you may believe. I know they influence my mind. I am not so dumb as to think they don't. I just happen to believe that the benefits outweigh the cost.
Did anybody else volunteered, or is it?
I mean,
anybody's-
Look, this is a
Oh,
case of
I-
Frodo. This is the case of Frodo in the ring. Who else wants to hold the ring?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, just pile it on the little gnome and just fucking try to keep him sane.
I mean, I know I'm kind of new to the group, and I do know my way around magics and stuff. I could take it off your hands and hold it, or, I mean, if Arno here is very, 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 very insistent on taking it for himself, I mean,
There is the
Happened too.
itch. I can feel it in the back of my mind. It wants me
see.
to get all of them.
Is this a good or bad itch?
Good
And be
and
honest with
bad. Good and bad in that it's clearly not my own itch, that's for damn sure. But at the same time, well, imagine what can be done should one hold all 10.
I'm sure it's a possible way to achieve your goal. I mean, with all that necrotic energy.
Yes. I don't. I recognize that the fingers are useful. However, I also recognize they are dangerous. They are a weapon and must be treated as such.
Arno, your keen
Yeah.
mind like kind of kicks in as you're kind of talking about the fingers a little bit, and it's kind of like that, like similar to like Barnaby's like flash of genius. You do have the keen mind feat, correct?
I do, yes.
So you have like a photographic memory in a way. Remember just this morning that not even that long ago, Evie put down the etchings of the tablets, right?
Yes, I remember.
And also, and then it talked about, in the book with Ian, it talked about his interest in the fingers, obviously too. The same obsession that maybe you have influenced him to find these fingers.
Oh, yes.
And also, Rizu has a finger as well.
Oh, yes.
And in this like riddle or whatever of the fingers, it only talks about 5 fingers.
Oh, there's only 5? Oh, that's way scarier. Oh, holding 2 is way scarier now.
I mean,
Oh.
And
2 and 1.
I mean, you have a keen mind, so I'm trying to help you out a little bit. And the keen,
I mean,
yeah.
I've already done it now, and I'm in.
It talked about how some guy had his hand chopped off or something, and each finger was given to a king of old, right? You have 2 of the fingers right now.
I mean,
I can do it.
if right now,
And Adeline thinks about it. One of the fingers was in the Temple of Emos, where these paladins like guarded it.
Yeah, so there was the blight finger was in the Temple of Emos,
So we've got the location of currently 3 fingers.
and the
3 out of 5. We've got a
the
majority.
raised dead finger was the one that Ian had, and we know for a fact that the Zor and Cordell delivered a finger to Rizu over to help him take over Samarkand.
Yes.
Exodin, it's strange. Like the guys who gave you this cloth, like black with like golden etchings on it. The etchings are written in, I think, Abyssal, if I'm not mistaken. Right? It's like a ward in a way. You do not feel the effects of the finger as it's wrapped in this black, like velvet cloth.
I had it wrapped though when the disease was still spreading.
So its power transcends the wards. Perhaps the wards only protect you from the temptation. Or,
Arno, do you want to look at the wards on this cloth?
I could take a look at them. Yes.
I can take a look at them too because I can read all writing.
Accident talks about like the wards, like how, and Arno hits it right, hits it correct. It talks about how one should not be tempted, and that the time will soon be nigh.
Yes, these wards on your cloth only protect against the temptation, not the powers.
Well,
So it is only your immunity to the disease that kept you safe.
Well, then, if I can give it to you,
If I hold the cloth, I should be able to resist the temptation of both fingers.
very well. I don't
What
wish
if you
to
have a-
burden this on someone when someone is so willing.
what if you have both
I've
in one
carried worse
cloth?
burdens. We could. However, I'm a bit afraid to open that cloth right now.
And
I
I'd
can
say
handle the burden of one. I am
myself,
unsure of two.
exactly what I was about to say. This maybe both together might still give you that temptation, that itch for more, and it might be bad for all of us.
With the cloth, I should be fine.
We'll see. You should.
I,
You know, it's always a
I'll
if.
be fine. I will be fine. I will.
Takes a sigh and kind of looks around.
However, there is also the chance, however slight, that it is not just the finger that caused this disease, but the having two in close proximity.
No.
Because Ian had the finger beforehand. He had this no, maybe. And
Actually, he did.
he had the life finger. He had the revival finger. He didn't have this finger. That one was sealed away. And if you note, all the people in that place had died and lingered.
You're
All of
muted.
Accident is you have the cloth like out. You
All
see Arno sees a little glimpse of the finger jointed together by necrotic, energy. Its negative power draws life. And it whispers as Arno kind of gets closer, and you see, it whispers into the wind, and it's like, strange. It mixes in with the talk of the street.
We need to move. When we need to move soon. I will not go any farther than the Temple of Emos. I will remain just outside the city. Alright?
Very well. I will try to keep it short, but we will
Alright.
be able to leave before the night.
Alright.
So Exodus still has the finger, or is he giving it to Arno?
I'm gonna give it to Arno. I'm not gonna bring it into the city.
I will very carefully keep it fully wrapped. And then tuck it away into a pocket.
I don't think that'd be considered a container, would you think? The wrapping, the way you wrapped it, it wouldn't be considered a container, would it?
I could tuck it
That
in a
is what it is.
backpack too. I could tuck it in a backpack too.
It's in Arno's
Get a
pocket.
proper jar.
Now, in medieval times, I don't even think they had pockets. I think that's why they had pouches.
It's in my bag. It's in my pouch then. It's in a pouch.
It's in your pouch, yeah, there you
Carefully
go.
wrapped. Put in a pouch.
I could cast Arcane Lock on it and keep it shut until a spoken word can open it.
I would want to do that. I would put it in a pouch to have Barnaby lock it.
If that's okay with you, Arno.
Arno, Barnaby has to use his 25 gold of dust, as it requires material components to cast Arcane Lock.
That's it.
I'll pay for it. I'll give you 25 gold for it.
Oh,
You're in like a market square accident. You go and like talk to one of the merchants of the Iron Links. You're able to get the dust, right?
Yeah.
So remove 25 gold. And does Barnaby cast Arcane Lock onto it?
Mm-hmm. The
You're
way
yeah.
Barnaby would.
How do you cast it?
It's just a pouch you're gonna show me and get me.
It's on his waist.
Squat. Okay, cool. I kind of squat down and reach into my my bag, and you see as I take out this little what seems to be like little square, very very tiny, and I gather the gold dust and I kind of sprinkle it on top. Kind of go into my tinker's tools and take out a bunch of machines, kind of craft a little what seems to be like a little mechanical spider of sorts, and I kind of just push it onto the pouch as it kind of goes to where it opens, and it forms what seems to be like this magical field of sorts, and then I cast Arcane Lock. I'd say I designate myself, Arno, and Exodin a word to open it.
What's the word?
It's going to be finger.
Okay. Are we going to the temple district? I'm sorry, Adeline, what do you want to say?
I was gonna say, are you sure you want to do finger? You
Yeah,
don't want to do
that's-
something a little bit more.
How about
It might come up in
Jeez.
conversation.
what about
Turducken?
why not? I mean, if you guys could think of a better one that no one would guess, one that wouldn't be said accidentally.
You muted again, Arno.
Still muted. He's still muted. I can't hear him if he's.
Oh no.
Testing.
There you go, buddy.
There we go.
Yeah,
The switch
there we
broke.
go.
Hey, the switch broke. Yeah, I love it when the switch.
Internet
breaks.
D&D.
Anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
but I love turducken. No one's saying turducken. Please let me use turducken. Please.
All right.
Yeah.
like Bonnie, I'm just in picturing. It's like, what do you want to use? Like finger or something? It's like, and I'm just like imagining like someone says turducken.
We just
Yeah,
hear
that's-
someone
that's-
buying a turducken off to the side. That's it. That's it
That-
right there.
That no one
But,
else is ever gonna say that.
I did designate myself, Arno, and Exodin to say this word. So only they, if they say the word, I think it's only they can. Open
All right.
it, even if the word is said.
All right.
That is correct. Great. And then action art to remove the dust. The arcane lock. Way I understand arcane lock is it lasts until it's used, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And then once it's used, it's
spell
done,
or
right?
suppressed. Yeah.
Yes, until it's opened.
So once you use it, the spell goes away. But it's great for wizards if they want to lock something away and like not have it, come back to it for a while. I like it. Are we going to the temple district accident?
Oh, I need.
Yeah, I will.
Then I will head outside the city with probably just Adeline and anyone else.
Are we
who
splitting the
ends up
group
taking-
up?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I need to get outside the city for security's
Me,
sake.
Barnaby, I'd probably go with.
As Arno grabs the other finger, I forgot to mention this.
Hmm.
The whisper gets a little louder.
Oh, I'm aware.
The whisper in ancient Elvish. And you recall that the tablets are also written in ancient Elvish too. Adeline can only read all languages. Does she understand all languages?
I don't think I
think so.
understand.
No, I can only read all languages.
So it's something is whispered into the air, but it's unknown what it means.
I speak Elvish. I understand.
Is
some
it
of
is it
So do I, but it's
primordial,
old.
celestial, or elvish?
I have Elvish and Primordial.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's
like-
the ancient variation.
unfortunately,
it's like trying to
Yeah, it's
modern
exactly Arno.
Egyptian versus ancient Egyptian. Very different languages.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
As we go to the temple district, so let me make this clear. Exodent's going to the temple district. Who is going with Exodent?
Wow.
Azul? Who else?
What are we doing in the temple district?
I'm gonna see what this coronation is about that I got a letter for.
Okay.
Arno goes to the city gate. I'm saying he probably doesn't leave because he can only get in and out through the writ. Unless you guys want to meet back in an hour or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
That could work.
Okay. Just to kind of make it easy. Accidental do that, and otherwise you'll just kind of come in and out of the city, Arno. Is that what the plan is? Adeline goes with
Yeah.
Arno, correct?
Yes.
Same here.
Barnaby goes with Arno and Adeline, and then Evie
Yep.
goes where?
I'll go with that accident.
Okay, so
I'm
Accident
actually,
Azul.
I'm actually going to, once we step out of the city, I'm actually going to hand it to Barnaby. Just say, keep this safe, keep this close, just in
Of
case.
course. I can put it in my
You hand him
good old
the pouch?
bag of holding.
The writ,
Okay, cool.
just to
Okay.
be safe. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All
My
right,
bag.
so let's go to Accident then, outside the Temple District.
Before I would leave, I would
sorry.
just say to Adeline, "Are you sure you don't wish to see this?"
I should keep an eye.
I'll cut you off. I already know what you want. I'll see you later.
Yes. Bye.
All right, now we'll go.
as you guys walk to the temple district, I'll add another 15, as you guys are kind of spreading out throughout the city, we'll add another 20 minutes to the timer. It's right now about 4 o'clock in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
The marble-clad ruins raised during the Great War may have once been... This area must have been dedicated to many temples of the major gods of men and elves. Now it contains only tiny shrines to hundreds of lesser gods and other gods. Ruined walls, crudely built by the squalor of this square complex. Along the ruins, alcoves, some decorated in frescoes of the gods, each big enough to contain a table stacked with replicas of holy relics, or either now emptied or pillaged long ago. Some are replaced with flowers, or colored rocks, or copper coin that are to be collected by the clergy before nightfall. One preacher spits out a sermon to a few common folk from one alcove. In another, two worshippers sit cross-legged, lost in meditation. In front and center of the square of the temple district, a prominent arch of metal, an angel with outstretched wings and welcoming hands, beckons the curious, helpless, or sick upwards toward the steps. Below the archway, a time-ravaged stone foundation begins, possibly predating the temple itself. Dozens of steps lead upward into the Temple of Metal. What do you do?
I walk in, look around, see what they've done with the large sum of money I've given them.
Marble pillars and columns. They spared no expense with the thousands of gold. It has been only maybe about a week exiting, and it's amazing what, with the help of the guilds and a little bit of money, can push. Things can get quickly done, as this Stormbrook has only been free from the darkness for over a month. But people are eager to work for coin.
And I go look for the gnomish priest.
Yep. Give me a second.
They really did a good job, this temple.
It's beautiful.
Yes, I guess you could say it's impressive.
Very impressive. They should really add a statue of you somewhere, in here. I bet it would add wonders to the decorations.
They can put one up when I'm dead.
Shining armor, blade, the might of vitals. Ah.
God is very forgiving.
Chanting, singing, and common call out to Metal. Lashes of leather straps of penance can be heard from those seeking repentance of their own wrongdoings. Polished white marble, veined with obsidian, erected by magic, lays upon the foundation of this once raised temple. Murmurs and whispers can be faintly heard as you enter Exodus, with the large steps and the chinks of armor. The common folk stand in awe of the Blue Dragonborn.
Do I find the priest?
A gnomish woman stands about 3.5 feet tall, wearing a hempen gown and brambly pauldron. She approaches you. An iron scepter hangs from her hip. With a steady hand, she lightly touches a talisman as she approaches her, hanging about her neck. May Mito's blessing be upon you.
Oh, yeah, for the note that you gave me.
Well, what do you think? Mito will be surely proud of your piety.
You see, I'm in a bit of a hurry. So if you have anything for me, then let us get it underway. Otherwise, I would like to leave.
So soon?
Unfortunately, there is a pressing matter.
Would you be so kind to bless the temple?
Are you not capable of doing that yourself?
But not as one is so holy as you.
I think so.
Do you wish to bless the temple?
No.
Oh,
That is disappointing, Lord Exodus.
A holy man who isn't holy. Amazing.
I have to say, I have some time to think about it, and now that I'm here, it's become much more clear to me why when Madel chose me as his knight in shining armor, after all, I was grown on revenge. I was formed in my remembered childhood in the death of my father. I'm perhaps the most contradictory creature to what you believe. And in that, I thought, does Madel expect me to change into something I'm not? No. In further contemplation, I've come to realize you cannot be so foolish to think I would become a beacon of absolution. No, there's only one thing I could possibly provide to Madel, and that is the vindication of others through death, to hunt those whom Madel believes simple words of reprieve could not save. They only happens around me. Oh, the only change Madel wanted of me was never my disposition of others, but the disposition of what happens around me. And to that end, I will exuviate my apathy in service to Madel, as that is the only thing befitting of me. And if there's no further need of me here, I will go in service of Madel.
Do you not know, though?
Know what?
The king was apparently dead.
Yes. All hail Madel for that.
And the new king will be put in place instead. There's already rumors that Thomas has been found and he has come out of hiding.
Sure, he will be a just king.
And you think about as you entered this temple district, and like this temple is like the only one that's been rebuilt. It's obviously like the most gorgeous of all the temples there. It's flocked, dozens of new servants to and worshippers of Madel, right? Before the darkness came, it was rumored that the church and the crown work side by side and enact the will of the gods. She looks at you, looks up at you.
Oh no, she gotta really break her neck to look up.
Should we bring the order back, which you speak of? Maybe this order of holy knights? So the crown does not stray too far from the faith?
It would be good for you to do that in my absence here.
We will need ample funding to accomplish this. But I had hoped that you would lead it, Sir Exodus.
I cannot do that. And I have no interest in politics.
I know. But would you at least come by on tomorrow at dawn so we may coronate you and name the church after you and make your title complete with Madel?
I don't have the time for that.
She
on such frivolities.
She dips her head in shame. Let us pray then that the king does not stray too far without our guidance.
Excellent.
Hey, go back.
Excellent. If I whisper in his ear, we still need some help with curing our new king with his disease. Maybe they could help.
They will take care of that on their own. The best we can do is to get that thing as far from here as possible.
They don't even have a way to do it. We should at least provide it. We have the ritual.
That's a good point. I will give do we have the book with us for how to cure vampirism?
You have the book.
Okay. I'm gonna take her to it aside.
Yes?
I have something that you need to take care of discreetly.
Yes?
This book, it is for curing vampirism.
Vampirism?
Keep quiet and keep it quick. Thomas is a vampire in service to one that is not the most benevolent.
Oh, and heavens be to Meatle. Say it is not so that we will be led and the new king is a vampire?
I do not expect it will be bringing it to ruin. However, deal with it slowly and subtly.
How?
The book shows you how to cure. How you get with Thomas, that is up to you.
Accident. I cannot do such things.
I will attempt to return.
She looks around, she's like, this is all of your doing.
Continue to grow it then.
How will we be able to grow it with? She like kind of whispers in, a vampire in our midst.
They have no interest in what you do here so long as you keep it quiet.
I heard there was a vampire north from here. The entire land was trapped with mist. There's nothing can come from this. Accident, by the love of Meatle, please save us.
This is simply a matter of politics. There's nothing to fear of this.
We are doomed.
Calm yourself and act as the priest that you are. Consider this a confession, if you must.
I will have to atone for it, yes. And ask for Meatle's forgiveness. She has some like leather straps on her. She must be using to like whip herself.
Wait.
I knew it.
Yes,
I knew it.
Like self-flatulation, right?
Is there anything else I'm needed here for?
I will be disappointed to tell the other bishop that you do not wish to become coronated as a saint. We will need to do that to name the temple after your honor.
Saint accident.
Saint.
I have no interest in titles.
Disappointing. She takes the book that you have, right, that talks about it, right? Arno, of course, probably read it over and has committed it to his memory. She says, I will try to keep this safe, but how? All the fighting men are dead after the Great War. There's no one left to fight him. And Thomas was supposed to be the good Vigil. He was supposed to be the good son.
Fighting him. You must simply cure him.
She like opens the book and like starts to read, like trying to understand. She's like, but it says the vampire here has to be killed. How are we supposed to kill the vampire? For the blood to be severed, she like begins to read through it a little bit more.
I will try to be here in a year's time. Prepare for that then.
1 year?
Within a year or so.
She just dips her head in like solace.
The Vampire King be? Just a year.
Have you not heard about
Please.
the one in the north? There's a cursed land that no one escapes.
No, I am not familiar with the North.
Ah, that's gonna be a second north right here.
Oh, people are the same. Maybe not all vampire kings are.
I'm not sure.
May Meetle forgive us. She said she like holds she's like, you will need to atone for this wrong. If you will be back here in a year, she hands you, say the atone for it by 100 lashings. She tries to hand you the straps, accident.
I do not perform in such self-deprecation.
This is a great wrong that needs to be righted.
And it will be corrected in time.
100 lashes.
I need to go pray on this. She takes the book and like scurries off. She's just like totally dejected.
Wonder why I left this church as a child.
Should we go outside to the other group, or they're kind of near the gates and stuff, right? If you guys, do you guys want to talk about anything at the other group, or should we just go back?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Actually, yes.
Let's go to Arno, Barnaby, and Adeline.
All right, Adeline.
I'm debating if I should have been there for accident.
Did you want to be?
No, the
Then don't.
benefit of the church being so disaway when I went the last time meant that no one was really there to be truly a member.
Exactly.
I'm just worried that he doesn't exactly know what he's walking into. If they're
But do
anything
we?
like my parents and what it was like back home, it'd be quite a surprise to him.
And you, Barnaby? What do you think?
I'm thinking a lot of things right now, as in, the situation with the fingers, especially, mostly on my mind. Just a little worried is all.
Fair. That's all right.
I don't want.
I
you to
understand
go
being worried.
insane or anything.
No, I'll be fine.
That's all my concerns are about right now. And there's just a lot of questions, like what are these fingers? I never really heard of them. And do you plan on getting all of them? Or
I
what do you plan
mean,
on doing with them?
I'm
or-
curious as to what I could do with all of them. But I don't particularly feel a need for them.
Except for that itch you were talking about, right?
Except the itch that isn't mine, yes. But it's more annoying than it is commanding.
Well, let's hope that, that cloth and the
Indeed.
lock I put on your pouch will keep that itch from coming.
That's so. And Adeline,
Yes.
have you thought?
About what?
He just gives you a soft smile. I have a thought.
Yes.
I need to go to Fiddlestead. I know I would like you to accompany me.
Oh. Fiddlestead,
Yes.
do you... And I can lean over. What do you want more? The power that you talked about earlier?
Eternity.
Your eternity or your wife?
Eternity with her is worth more than a few more years living.
What about a few years living with her?
Exactly. But
no eternity.
But I will die, and so will she, and we'll be right back where we started. But if I become eternal, if she is eternal, then it no longer matters, does it?
And if I gave you the choice of right now of eternity first, wife later, or wife first and eternity later?
If I take eternity first, there is a chance. What little chance there was of me dying before I can save her is gone. If I take her first, then I must find a way to make both of us eternal at the same time, which can fail. And besides, if I am eternal, and I can make you eternal as well, all the better.
What?
So you want eternity first?
Yes, I think so.
Even if I could guarantee your wife immediately.
I've always preferred chess over checkers. The long game over the instant hop, skip, and jump.
Eternity. After all,
one very long chess game
means you have eternity to find a way
to bring her back.
Yes.
And to find a way to be greater.
That makes sense.
And an eternity to decide who you are. As I give her a little wink.
Let's go to the other group. Exodin, what are you doing? Are you leaving the temple, or what do you? Well, what is the group? Azul, Exodin, and Evie planning to do?
You left them to your death. I hope they do not act without you.
Well, if they succeed, then so be it.
I can't hear.
You cut out a little bit, Azul. Say what you want to say again.
I don't think they can. They are immensely weak right now, and even within a year, it doesn't give them enough time to manage any strength that would be comparable to Thomas a year from now. I think we could possibly ask the other members if they could hold off on their plans, just to free Thomas from his undeath. It's highly likely that they'll refuse, but I still wish to ask.
I told them 1 year's time, and so they will wait 1 year.
Thanks. 1 year is a long time. They could get immensely more powerful and be greater threats in the future if we let this grow.
He could do good. We don't know what he shall do.
Yes, we do. He is a vampire. He will threaten the lives of the innocent. just like his predecessor, he was a monster, and he took the innocent, ate their brains, and slushed it up with what those monstrosities. Excellent.
I have no love of Valerian, but see, she seems more reasonable and grounded than Ian was.
They seem to care about coin more so than killings. Seems like
Exactly.
most other politicians are all the same.
It's politics back to normal.
See, I'm the only one who has these thoughts. I will remember that. Let's go.
You guys head back to the other group.
Yeah, but I am hoping I can run into that guard that I was looking out for.
The guard on the way out that was trying to sell the. You like specifically go around and like ask for the guard.
I would try a little bit. Yeah, I want a little bit of something. One of my list items to be taken care of here.
Azul, do you want to exit and wants to find the guard?
Azul
you
was
want to help
with
him out?
us, but I would try to sketch him as best I could, or
You want to just try to do it by yourself? Because Azul is like the master investigator.
I know, but I would have to give him like a description of the guard. So yeah, I'll have Azul do it, but he might have to do it at like disadvantage or something.
Do you want Azul to help you is what I'm asking. Exit.
Azul, feeling this like these guys, like they are not seeing the long game, and that they are letting this. He's not going to help him find someone to fuck him up.
Oh, okay.
He's on his own for that one.
So Exodus is going to try to make a roll by himself.
Yeah.
Exodus makes an investigation roll, like asking questions about the guard, where this guard could be on the gate. He was on like the north gate, or I'm sorry, he was on the west gate. That's where he was supposed to.
Southwest.
You roll pretty good. I'm gonna say, yeah, you find the guy. Do you want to find him with everybody else, or do you want to find? So you're finding him with Evie. Does Azul and Evie want to go with Exodus as he's on like some manhunt?
Is he at his go? Is he?
Well, let me ask: is Azul and Evie with Exodus while Exodus on like a bloodlust manhunt to find the guard who wronged the child, or was going to sell the child into slavery? Madeline.
Stand back and make sure that nothing goes sideways.
Azul.
He will hunt down someone who sold himself slavery, not a vampire who could rule this kingdom and go sideways. No, he's not going to happen with this.
So Azul, you head back to Arno and them in the group.
Yes.
Okay, cool. But Evie's watching. Yeah, Evie's watching Exodus. Exodus, you find the guard. What do you want to do? He's posted up on the ramparts. There's probably
same post.
There's probably like 6 guards here. You find him and you see him. He's just like chatting with another guard.
I'll walk up to. It's just the 6 guards. And
Oh,
there's nobody else.
stranger! Where do you think you're going? As one of the guards stops you. As you try walking up the ramparts.
I have an interest with one of your guards.
Yes? I am a sergeant. What can I do to help?
I'm gonna stop the voice. I'm gonna point at that guy. And I'm gonna say that
Him?
Yeah,
You know him?
I know of him.
What's his name?
I don't know his name, only his look.
He sees that you're kind of like starting some trouble in a way. He's like, best be along now.
I require his assistance.
I can help you.
Is this the guard?
Yeah, this is like the guy there. He's like he's the sergeant of the group there. I can help you.
Very
Well-
good.
What's the problem?
I'm gonna like lean into his side and say, I know of a place where we could find some more goods to sell off. I heard you're good for that.
What do you mean? He says.
Do I need to be explicit?
I'm a little confused, he says. The cat that's like sergeant of the guard says.
I've heard. Is this the sergeant or the guard I was looking
This
for?
is the sergeant of the guard. He has not allowed you to go
fuck.
talk to the other guy yet.
Okay,
Because you're kind of giving off bad, weird vibes to him, right?
I have a business proposition for him.
Yes. A business proposition for that man which you don't even know his name.
Yes.
You must be very friendly.
Would you allow me to just speak with him?
He looks at your armor and so forth. You have to make a persuasion roll against the guard. Rolling pretty good, Accident.
Jeez.
Oh, shoot. Let me just roll a d20 here. If you make it worth my while, I'll let you speak to him.
I give him 2 gold.
Exactly. Give me a second. Colton, come down here. This Dragonborn wants to speak with you. Let me go back to the other group. So, Evie's there with Exodus, and then everybody else is together. Basically, I'm just saying.
We would have liked to do
I'm
before
saying
they arrived.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
So after Adeline and Arno finish that conversation, Arno hears in your head like, do you have a way to get us out? But in your head telepathically. Do you nod your head, Arno?
I think I have some ideas on how we could proceed forward. I have a
Very
few.
well. Very good then. And I sort of stand up. I brush off like the robes because I was leaning down a bit to hold Arno's hand. And I look at Barnaby, and then I bring out things and I cast Wall of Fire to encircle Barnaby.
As I pull out and say, apologies, Barnaby. Turducken. Pull out the finger,
Oh god.
undo it, take it in my hand, and I'm casting polymorph on myself into a giant eagle, and we're getting out of here.
What do you do, Barnaby?
I can't tell if they're attacking me or if they're talking to me. We're getting out of here. Is it them two or all 3 of us?
No,
That's
just us two. You are currently encircled in fire, and I am letting a woman up onto my eagle back, and I am.
We
about
are
to take
hopping
off.
out.
I will probably.
Wings shining.
I'll probably unsheath my unholster my pepper box and click the hammer back. I mean, like, whoa. Now, let's not get too hasty. Maybe I can come with.
That's your reaction?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
Well, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, either they're gonna kill me here first and then leave, because Barnaby doesn't know you guys, and he didn't even know that
To
she
be
can
fair,
cast
I
Wall of
left the
fire.
writ. I left the writ to you on purpose. I knew I was going to do this when we walked out.
See, I thought it was like, oh, here you can hold this.
No, it was.
Or-
I'm going to leave.
Or A, you guys are probably going to leave. That's probably what Barnaby's thinking, and he's like, all right, just where are you going?
I'm Giant Eagle now. I can't talk.
Yeah.
I know.
And I will
No.
use, and I was like, sorry, Barnaby deal. I kind of lied. Not the leader at all. Accident's technically the leader. We have business to attend to. I have a deal to make. We have things to do.
And then Arno takes off.
Gone.
Yeah.
We're zooming off.
Barnaby, you see them just like.
Okay, am I?
What do you? I'm asking Barnaby. What does he do? You just see them like fly off, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got 80 feet of speed now, fuckers. I'm gone.
I know.
Oh,
I don't know if
man.
Barney. I don't know if Barnaby would. Am I still in fire as you go away?
I have the sound effect going on. If you can hear it,
Yeah, I can. Okay.
they kind of got the jump on you. They were talking, I guess, telepathically.
I don't know if Barnaby would shoot them or not.
You
I mean,
could
to be
try.
fair, we are purposefully not harming you.
Yeah.
That was
all we
something
did-
I
know,
that was
but-
I
something
gave
that
you
cons-
like 10 feet of space. You were in like just a
You are- it's
circle of
just a
fire,
circle.
but it's not
Oh,
like it's
God.
not a tight circle, Andrew. But it's just enough that like there was a clear separation.
And as Barnaby, as you kind of like, you're just thinking about it. You look your head up. And by the time you look up, he's already like flown way off into the sunset.
Yeah,
And the
it's
fire
really-
around you, like the raging blaze that was almost too high, begins to just quell,
and then,
right?
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
1
after
minute.
like a minute and stuff, it'll.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'd probably just think to myself like,
Azul, you rush over to Barnaby as you see all the smoke coming off in the air where you guys were supposed to meet up in the outside. What does Azul and Barnaby do?
you
What
you'd
happened?
probably see me, with my gun out. I'd turn around to you. I'd be like, they disappeared.
What?
Yeah, I kind of point at the sky. Could I still see them if I point at the sky? If big bird in the sky or no? Or
You
would
like
be-
you uncock your gun. They're gone.
Yeah. Like they flew off.
Where?
They had to do something.
1 minute is 10
Uh,
turns.
I knew
Deal.
he.
And
Deal of
another
some sort.
10.
I don't know. I don't really know much about this group. I don't know if I should have stopped them or I don't know. I just hesitated. I'm
Deal?
sorry.
Are you talking about the gin? Are they going to? Ugh! Come with me. We need to go find Accident.
All right. He kind of puts his gun back in. He kind of looks back at the sky for a second, and just stares at the sky for a second, the direction they fled. And then at some point, after a minute, I just follow behind Azul.
Not the first guy you've lost, but not the last, I guess, too. Accident is back at the guard tower. The guy comes down. Colton comes down. Yeah.
Have some information that I've heard you're good for when it comes to dealing with acquiring goods for selling off.
Yeah.
Very good. I see I've been directed to the right man. Do you care to join me?
What are you talking about?
The goods are just outside the city.
What goods? Captain,
Must I be
what's this guy talking about? He's talking about goods. He's got a lot of coin. Shut the fuck up and listen.
That's amazing.
Do I need to be explicit?
Yeah, tell me what the fuck you're talking about. What kind of shit you got?
I'm gonna lean in as a
The city is under lockdown. We're trying to get the Hishisha into barter with some of the, the houses.
some slaves to be traded off.
Slaves? Can't get no
Not
slaves in.
yet. Well, they're not slaves yet.
I guess we could try to sneak them in at night. How many you got?
I have 8.
Make a deception roll.
Shit.
He ties with you. So the player wins the roll.
All right.
Yeah, you got the shit, huh? Okay. Where do you want to meet?
Just up to the north.
How much gold do you need?
I don't need any.
No gold?
I need your help to bring them back, and we'll split it 50-50.
My help?
Yes.
Me? Why not the captain?
Does the captain wish to join us? If he is involved in this, I only know of you.
Fuck it, I'll be in this shit.
Get fucked. Get fucked.
Sounds like easy fucking money, boys. How about we all get a taste of this?
You're a fucking.
All the guards are like, yeah, let's fucking do this. What time you want to meet?
Accident that
What time you want to meet, buddy?
I was hoping we could leave now.
Let's fucking go. Let's lock the gate up. Nobody coming in and out of this fucking bitch anyways. Lock it up.
Are you gonna go 1v?
All right, we gotta have one. We have to have one fucking guy here, right, Captain? All right. Let me look up his name. I'm so bad with names.
Sheldon.
Abin, you stay over there and you make sure the watch is good, okay? Don't be fucking around. I don't want you drinking on the job like you were last time. All right. And they start to go off with Exodus and they walk off somewhere where Exodus wants to take him. Exodus, are we going inside the city or outside the city?
Oh, I was gonna guide them up to the party.
Oh, we're taking him to the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Azul, you're like running
At least on the
out.
way.
Yeah, you're running up to the northern part of the gate, and Evie's there. You've witnessed all this, Evie. This is all kind of weird. And but Azul has 5 guards following him.
I have
So-
5 guards.
Exodus, sorry. Exodus does. I'm trying. I got messed up with Evie. Evie, 5 guards are with you and Exodus as you guys are walking to the north gate to meet up with Azul. Azul, you head south. It's hard not to spot the Dragonborn walking up to the gate. Same with Barnaby. Barnaby, Exodus, Evie, and Azul are together with 5 guards.
Excellent.
They were outside the city, though, right?
Not yet. We're walking up to the north gate. Because they came in looking for you.
Excellent.
Oh, all right. So we're still in the city right now?
You're still in the city with the
surrounded by
party.
guards.
That's right.
All right.
You have 5 guards. She's like, are these friends of yours?
They are holding the cargo. What is
Well,
it, Azul?
Arno and Adeline, they left with their fingers.
Left me. They just flew away off in the distance.
Is Arno some girl of you? You know some girl named Arno? I had a lot of girls leave me in the past.
This is a separate business.
Yeah. I would like kind of size.
Can we go ahead
Let's
and
stay
take care
focused.
of these friends of yours and get them their goods?
Cap, I think he says Arno's one of the slaves. They got away or something. Yeah, I'm getting a real bad feeling about this. You can't even keep track of your fucking friends? Or is this some slave of yours?
It's not a slave. It's one of my friends.
Huh.
Let us get to the location hastily. We can talk of the Arno and Adeline problem later.
Make a persuasion roll for the guards.
Barnaby's gonna look at Azul and just go. I'm just breathing heavy.
Yeah, Captain, I ain't getting a good feeling about this either. This fucking guy, he's gonna have to make it worth our fucking while before we even walk out. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we need it.
Payment first.
That's fucking right.
Don't tell me.
How much?
See, that's where you get it wrong, partner. We're supposed to be paying you for the slaves. Let's get the fuck out of here. And they walk away.
Well, Azul, your timing is impeccable as ever.
So let's go to Arno and Adeline. They're flying on a giant eagle, headed God knows where. What's going on, guys? Where are you guys? Where are you flying? What are you doing?
We're moving for Fiddlestead.
Yeah, I'm
However-
assuming at some point when you need to polymorph things, we'll land down before you repolymorph again.
Yes, when
And
we
when
land.
When we land, which is travel distance away of going at 80 thing of just booking.
I looked
the
it up.
entire time.
We've got like 9 miles
Okay.
between us in an hour. 9 miles.
We were pretty generous with Cordar
no.
when he shapeshifted into a sparrow or whatever, right? Basically, like 1 hour of flying is probably equivalent to 1 day's travel or something like that,
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
right?
We just and then I can take a short rest, arcane recovery, and do it again for another hour.
Yeah. Which we'll do in a bit, but when we rest and when you're short resting,
Yes.
I am gonna go into the spiegel.
Oh boy, here we go.
Emos.
You go into the sphere and Arno holds a sphere.
Yes. Emos.
Yep, 1 second. Yes, my love. 1 second.
Where's an orb? Do I have an orb?
I know.
I don't think I do. I mean, I got weird plush, but like that doesn't work.
Ooh, I might have something.
Damn it.
I got a weird plush.
Yeah, it's for resting your hand on when you're ergonomics and all that.
Emos is a djinn made of blue fire. In his hand is a blue katana, also wreathed in fire. His warmth is there. He says, "Impressive. I knew you and the wizard were gifted. Thank you for escaping the city."
And I've made my choice. And I walk over to the table that has the writing in it, and I start writing down.
He puts his blue hand on your hand as you start writing. And
Yeah.
he says, "You have to understand. The spirit of the Lich is not lost. It is simply unbound from its mortal coil of the body. Prevents Edius from taking it to the other plane. Many mortals do not seek out this god's judgment as you're tampering against their will. Is this what you want? Do you
The one I
understand?"
care for the most wants eternity. This is a way of giving it to him. Eternity and power. And what I want more than anything is for him to have that. So, I, Adeline Claymore, shall have Emos the genie, and just the djinn, like with no other description. Emos the djinn. Grant Arno Waywalket. Lynchdom. In exchange for Adeline Claymore to free Emos the djinn from this container. So mote it be.
He's trying to start your writing and stuff like that. He's like looking over your shoulder with his black pupils wreathed in white flame as he reads across the letter.
And I will sign, and I will take out I had been dipping the thing into ink.
Yeah.
I will then stop, pull out my thing, poke the thing so I'm then sign in blood my name. Hand the quill to him. It's like, now sign yours.
He says, he doesn't take the quill right away. He says, "Your spirit is stronger than you think. You came to me but a curious girl, and now your spirit flows with the power of the gods themselves."
At least until I do something that annoys them, and then I scramble for power again.
Should we
But
anger
if he
the...
hasn't,
What you're asking, though, is dangerous. This is banished magic by the gods themselves.
can you do it or not?
Can be done.
And I care for nothing else than to make him happy.
You wish to straighten what the gods have not made crooked?
Yes. If that is the cost of this, and I tap on the note. This is what I want. Any price that I must pay, any consequences, I will bear.
All I ask is for myself to be released. It was rumored long ago that Komita created 10 lamps for 10 genies like us. Who knows how many of Rizu is already slain?
And perhaps if you would grant us this, Arno and perhaps I will gain powerful enough to solve the Rizu issue. But none of that can happen unless this next step occurs. Do we have a deal?
I desire
Will you
freedom
sign?
above all. He takes the pen. He signs it. And he takes up the quill of the pen and pricks his finger a little bit.
Yeah.
And like blue ink, it says Emos,
Yeah.
the Magnificent.
Yes.
And it's like as he writes it, like the fire burns into the parchment. He rolls it up and he hands it to you.
The deal is made. Your freedom is now. And when I go out, I will.
Well, he's not letting
Yeah.
you. Well, 1 second.
Yeah.
One second.
Well, I don't know how the freedom
Yes.
works, so
Sure.
I
Yeah, sure. Emos says, 1 minute. He turns behind his back. And he brings around a book. The book is tanned in flesh. You can make a history check, DC 20 if you wish.
Oh no. I know immediately what that is. And that is terrifying.
Oh, if that's the
You don't know what it
Nine.
is.
I don't know what it is, but can I read? Is there a title on it that I can read?
I can show you a picture. There's no things right now. I'm just trying to do this. But red, blue, it says, "You wish is my command. And through the power of Komita, goddess of wonder, I grant your wish now that it is complete, so that I may be free of this vessel and return to chaos. I hope to see you soon, brothers and sisters." And red, blue, and yellow fire blazes and consumes everything within the lamp. And you're ejected, and Arno, the lava, as you see Adeline come out, as the flame leaves the lamp, and she reforms, the lamp's lava grows still. What does the lamp look like now, Adeline?
It almost like the lava almost flows out of the holes that is in
Boy.
the lamp until, but it turns to dust and it to smoke as it flows out into suddenly it is an empty circular cage of just a very ornate looking sort of incense ball with nothing in it, no glow, just simple brass metal with a fancy ball. That's all it is now. Something you buy at a knick-knack shop.
That's what the book looks like.
Oh!
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's that book. Yeah.
Make a no, it's not that book. Arno makes a DC history check, DC 20.
Oh no.
14, no?
This is for you, I'm assuming.
And I will open the book.
And I will read over your shoulders while I read.
And that's kind of the end of the episode, I guess.
Yeah. And we would assume that Arno and Adeline does do some weird shit.
Cool.
And we just
The only
keep
thing
on
I would
going.
like to describe is the moment he realizes he's succeeded, as the tear ducts and tears stream down his face, as tear ducts dry up, as his body no longer is able to cry, as his body begins to rot away.
God,
Cool.
that's so nuts.
And I would say, for the sake of Adeline, that as soon as she hands the book over to Arno, and when he fully converts, she hears in her head, "This is your own." She hears the voice of Meadle asking her to make a choice. Destroy the thing that is in front of her, or do something else. And she pulls off the chain that has Mito's symbol on it and goes, "I don't need you anymore." And I'm assuming, once again, loses all her warlock powers. And Arno and Adeline probably could be working on trying to get Adeline to become a warlock too. For the sake of it, I don't know, maybe in like, at minimum, I can't play for like 2 to 3 months, guys. But
Cool. Well, we
if
hope to have you
decide to
back.
Join back, I will let you guys know, and either be as a different character or maybe.
Well, either way,
Adeline,
it is
yeah.
it is Adeline Claymore that possesses Arno Waywalkett's phylactery.
Cool.
Yes. It's cool. So this was really fun, guys. I had a great time playing with you all. I'll let you guys know if and
I'm keeping in
when-
touch,
Yeah, if and
You
when
better
I
keep in
stop
touch.
playing again.
of course.
I just have a bunch of stuff happening.
Gotcha.
Things that
Of course.
yeah.
It's time to break out the backup character.
Yeah, there you go. So maybe
This was
I'll
also an excuse to move away from a wizard for a little while,
yeah, do that.
but also just good storytelling.
Yeah.
Story comes above all else.
Arno and Adeline go off to have their own adventure somewhere else. Maybe we'll do a one-shot or something later or something like that. As we talked about,
Yeah.
maybe try to bring back the Fiddlestead, maybe bring back the wife as a part of a little mini adventure. So cool.
That arc.
Yeah. Arno, what character are you thinking about playing now?
I'm currently leaning towards an orc blood hunter.
Oh,
Order of the Lichen.
I knew it was gonna be like.
Oh yeah.
Knew it was gonna be like him.
Another
That's
character
cool.
to be in conflict with, I'm assuming.
Are you
Well,
gonna
maybe.
be kind of a good
Maybe.
guy this time, or are we gonna be a
A
straight
little
up
bit.
evil
He's,
guy?
he's,
Oh, okay,
he's a bit of
alright.
an anti-hero where he's like, I'm a beast above all else. I live in the woods. I don't care for civilized bullshit. But like, I'm also not going to tolerate people that fuck with the woods and that fuck with people that have afflictions that they can't control.
Sounds good.
Wood
I might
friends.
see you guys. I might tune in a couple times on Twitch.
Awesome.
But
Damn
it was
straight.
a lot of fun playing with you all. And actually, I
Yeah.
do
Gonna miss
actually
you.
have to
It's a lot
go
of fun
now.
playing
I'm so
with you.
glad that
Kick
the
some
last
ass.
time-
Thank you so
I'm
much,
so glad that
Adeline.
the last time I see
Thank you so much.
Trey Barnaby.
Don't worry. We'll be back
Yeah.
one day.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
I will link Arno the book. It is I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's one of the 9 books of the Mouthless One. So it actually talks about the secret to lichdom and how to actually become a lich. So I didn't want to get straight up make you some OP lich right off the bat, but
oh, yeah, no, obviously not.
But you actually can. You just have to gather the ingredients. It teaches you how to become one.
Yes,
The
exactly.
book is bound in flesh and written in blood. Talks about how you can craft a phylactery and imbue it with the power to contain your soul. It does not teach you the magic jar spell, so you need to be 6th level to do it. But it does teach you how to concoct the potion of transformation to turn yourself into the lich. I'll link some cool information here, and
You got it.
I will link the book to you guys in the general chat. It's pretty sweet.
was an excellent game.
If only I took that cantrip that I was just like, should I get it? I was gonna get lightning lure, and that would have been perfect to keep you there for a second, at least. But,
Anyway, it just killed you.
No, genuinely, Arno never once had thought of killing Barnaby. Never done anything to wrong him, never done anything against him.
Exactly
was
why
okay.
Barnaby was like,
He was
what
like,
the fuck just happened?
You're all right. You're all right. This is not about you. This is just, I've got things I've got to do, and I'm taking her with me. I'm not leaving her behind.
Yeah, I was hoping you weren't gonna shoot a fireball at me or something.
No. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could have, but like, no. That'd
No,
be
it's not
pointless.
that evil. It's just a little evil.
Well, right now he's lawful evil. Who knows? Maybe by the next time you see him, he might be chaotic.
So you guys, what do you guys want to do for next week? Where you guys think you guys want to go, or what do you guys want to do?
Fuck.
I mean, I should note that you, Azul, needed to go to Barovia.
Yes, I really do need to go to Barovia. But I don't know if I can convince Accident and Evie to go to Barovia or Barnaby to come with me.
There's coin involved. Barnaby will go.
All right. Possible goal.
You just fucked me out of what I wanted to do.
What you wanted to do, man?
I wanted to kill those guards, man, and then you come in and ruin it.
I mean, to be fair, you guys could go kill some guards and be
I
done.
might
with it.
also just go back and kill them in frustration.
In frustration.
Release some stress here.
Man, you can find them off
I was
duty
just
and
waiting
like,
for you
kill
to
'em
pop
tonight.
off on him. Nice
I
guy.
was